I'm so proud of you. You know, you've actually fulfilled the scriptures on what is happening in the whole world today. We cannot explain it because we don't know where the origin of these things. Now they are teaching children how to sleep with, behave like animals. What is this? They are representing and saying a human being can be a cat. I was so pleased when you said, can this thing even be a topic of discussion? It is so disheartening. You know, it's so dirty. It was because of this dirty habit that God left his throne and came down to meet Abraham, to tell him that he's going down to Sodom and Gomorrah. Just this, that was just the main reason that made God to come down. Like he came down in the form of a man and discussed with Abraham that he's going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And Abraham started pleading that, if you go down there, you see 50 people. What will you do? Will you spare their lives? God said he will spare their lives. 50 righteous people. He said 45. Until Abraham reached 5. And God still said he will spare 50. It means that the practice has gone in so deep in their blood to the extent that not up to 5 people were righteous in Sodom and Gomorrah. Even at the presence of angels, these people were still ready to be gay, to be homosexuals. The issue of homosexuality itself is not like, we are going to begin to dislike human beings who indulge in such things. These people, they are under bondage. Because it's not normal for somebody to grow up and start thinking he's a woman to the extent that he will begin to have a man having a man and a woman having a woman. It's so abnormal because it's so complicated. This is how the thing is. So, standing out and saying this thing is rubbish, it makes you one of the best because you are just speaking the mind of God. And I want to bet you've given the best for the people of Uganda. Because the problem today in this world is morality. Look at where we come from, Africa. We used to have a very wonderful way of behaving. We grew up together. The young people respect the elders. But today, these societies are teaching that the young people have rights. They can talk anyhow to their leaders. They can talk down. Even at times, I find myself in that shoe. You can just talk to a leader anyhow. See, they are bringing, the morality thing is so serious. You find people, that's why you find today people are so depressed. Because they don't know where they can place their desires. How can somebody place a desire in such a thing? These people, most of these people, they need to be kept in a rehabilitation camp with specialists, men of God, talking to them. They need help, showing them this is the right thing. This is how to be. This is how to, until that transformation begins. They are going through some mental. These people need to be studied. You don't just let them because of their desires. And it is true. Our society does not accept many things. If we don't accept even drunkenness, like drinking and getting drunk, because when you drink and get drunk, you might run through people with your car. So society itself does not accept many things. This is how it is. So I'm so proud that this thing that is becoming one of the greatest topic in the American policy, British policy, you are seeing it as The rubbish. I think they are calling Africa, they say Africa is shithole. And then they are coming here to advise us to do the same thing. Oh, may God help us. What have Africa not seen? Africa, they will use Africa as slave. And they will take Africa, Africans will go abroad. Africa will still work as slaves. Africa will be there, they want to be comfortable, they will start killing Africans. Now, now Africans are rising up to be great, to develop their countries, to see the highest level. They are still coming here. What is this? I just pray that may God keep you long. And I pray that one day the next president that will be president of Uganda will also maintain your footprint, just as Ruto is doing in Kenya after the other president. We just thank God that these things should not spread. It's a virus. It's a dangerous virus. I can't lie to you. And it's so nasty. You see, if there are people in, my advice is, those that are having this situation, they need to be caught and helped. We shouldn't be harsh to them. They are human beings. Don't be harsh to them. Call them. Let them have a center for rehabilitation. I bet you some will graduate from being that rubbish and then embrace the warmness of the opposite sex that God has created. God is not a fool. You see, these things that are happening, they're actually in Romans chapter 1. When you start reading from verse 26 upward, you will discover that God said because man disobeyed him, he allowed them to destroy themselves. So to lust after things that are unworthy, things that do not make sense. So these things that are happening actually, they are scriptural because those who practice these things, the environment where you find these things becomes so alarming. You discover that people in that area, environment, they love sin a lot. They can go and sleep with a woman the way they want. Some they are so rich, so woman is not there. Like they have done everything. They want to try another thing. They have done all type of pleasure. So they just say, let us try this other pleasure. You see, and also you see in their countries they have some laws. Men are afraid because some women, a woman can come to your house and say you rape her. So some men are even afraid, like they are afraid of women. This is how these people are, their society. And the laws, they protect them a lot. So they see more power. So how will it be? Would it be for a woman to go and, like if now they are lesbians, go and tell the government that, oh, my lesbian partner raped me? How will it sound? So that's, you see, so most of them, they have this fear. You go to America, you see people 50 years, they are not yet married. Some said 60, they are not yet married. They have children outside, but they are not yet married because when you come in, the woman has some law, some rights that are very, very, you see. So it is a very tough situation. It's a very tough situation. It's just that it's by grace. It's just by grace. If not by grace. So these things, we shouldn't encourage them in Africa. We shouldn't encourage this attitude. When we were growing up, we were always disciplined. In school, we were beaten. But today, it seems like if you touch my child, I'm going to. We don't do our homework. We will highly flop in school. But today, we are embracing those things. They can even warn a teacher right now not to touch a child. So all those things, we have to be very, very careful. The things we embrace from these people. They have the social media. The social media is theirs. And the kind of things they are presenting and they are pushing the agenda. Like One of the greatest weapons is not even to come and help the social media. Those who have mobile phones, those who have Android phones, how are you going to cope with this situation? So, sir, I'm so proud of you, and I pray that God will continue to bless you. And the people of Uganda, I know they'll be very proud of you, because doing this, it's a breath of relief. You have been delivered. Thank you.